Hey, welcome back to Roadside Recovery. This morning we've got two jobs. Both are brakes related, and the second one has a little bit more as well. We've got to do some diagnosing. So the first one, we're going up here to the local college campus and we're going to replace some brakes on a fella's car who I've worked on before. So, nothing critical, but just part of the job. Deja vu. Yeah, so we'll go up there and get him some new brakes, and then we're gonna go skip across town to the other side of the same town, and we'll do some brakes and some rotors on that fella's truck. But he also has some rattling noise coming from the front of his engine. He thinks it might be his alternator, which we've replaced before. I'm thinking it may be that, but it may be a pulley or the air conditioning compressor, or a worn out belt and tensioner as well. So we've got all the things we might need for that. We're gonna head over there and we'll see you at the first brake job. All right, we just got here to the first job. Usually what's interesting, the way I do business, especially now that the coronavirus is around and we're social distancing, but a lot of times either way, somebody will be at work or at school or even at home and they'll leave their car out. And so, let's go ahead and grab this. So I just have, I always get his VIN number, the person's VIN number, to make sure I have the right vehicle. He's at work right now or school. I mean, it's both. I'm not sure if it's his job or part of school, but I have his VIN number, so I'll come and double check the VIN number and make sure, because there's another Subaru parked over there. Although it doesn't look like a 2012, I always want to be sure that I'm working on the right car and somebody doesn't come out thinking I'm stealing their tires. So, the guy's not here, which is perfectly fine. So just double check that VIN. This is the right car, so we'll go ahead and get set up, and we're doing rear brake pads on this vehicle. So I've worked on his vehicle before. Supposedly, I honestly don't even remember what I did, but we'll go ahead and do these brakes. So I went ahead and pulled this caliper off. Just something to note, whenever you have this hose that's also connected over here, you can undo the caliper in two ways. I usually always open it from the top so it can open up in that fashion like this, and you can change the brake pads. However, when the hose is connected, you always got to undo another bolt. I usually just undo the bottom one. You could, in this case, undo the bottom one and flip it up in this direction, but it just is a little hard to work on, in my opinion. So I always just undo both, since usually you're pretty much gonna have to undo two bolts anyways. Don't bother with that hose, it might not reach anyways, and you'll be just connecting it up here. It's more work, so just undo that bottom one. But my favorite tool for compressing calipers is this pistol grip compressor here. So this costs about as much as a kit if you're going to buy a whole kit with the screw kind. Granted, you'll have to be sure the vehicles you're working on don't have screw-in calipers, which are usually located on the back of smaller vehicles. The Subaru is piston driven and not screw driven. So not a big deal, but if you are going to be working on screw driven ones, either get a little adapter that you can put on your wrench or get that kit as well. But if you're going to pay 50 bucks for a kit, my suggestion is just go ahead and get this caliper compressor. It's a dual piston compressor, but it can fit in if you just crank it to the side right there on a single piston, and then just gently press it. If you squeeze real hard, it's not going to go any faster. Just gently press it, and it pushes that piston right back in. So we're going to get this cleaned up. We are ready for new pads already and new hardware. The hardware looks fine, but if there's new hardware, I'll replace it anyways, because I always do. And yeah, I mean, they were worn out. Customer asked for rear brakes. I might not have told him that it was time. You can see the wear indicator there still has a little bit of space on it, but never bad to do some preventive maintenance. He might have been hearing some noise. They are pretty dirty, so it could have been that, but we'll get everything cleaned up regardless. And we'll get on to the next job. All right, that's it. We got both those replaced. Took about 25 minutes. Everything looks good. If the truck's locked, haven't checked yet, we'll pump the brakes. If it's unlocked, if it is locked, then we will send a message reminding the customer to pump their brakes. Off to the next one. All right, we just got up to the next job site. We're gonna do brakes. We're gonna do brakes, and we're gonna look at that noise coming from the front end of his vehicle. We're gonna start with the brakes and rotors. Should be about 35 minutes. Then we'll look up there and see what kind of noise that's making. Here we've got an alternator, a belt, and a tensioner in case it's one of those. We'll figure it out, so we'll go ahead and start doing those brakes. All right, so we just got done diagnosing this. I ended up taking that belt loose and feeling all the pulleys and everything. Everything feels fine. That alternator is nice and tight. The one thing that does have an issue feels like this fan clutch here has a little bit of play in it. Let me see if I can illustrate that. It may not make any noise. Yeah, it'd be too hard to tell. It's not making any noise, but it's got some play and it's a little loose. So we're gonna go ahead and get him a quote, and he is going to get that replaced whenever he feels comfortable replacing that. I told him once the noise gets worse or consistent, and or once the truck starts overheating, that no matter what, he'll have to replace that. But right now he's just gonna take that quote, and I think he's gonna wait a little bit on that. So no issues from my side. We got those brakes done, and we're gonna go ahead and put everything back together, get that belt back on, and it's a job well done. So thanks for watching. This is another episode of Roadside Rescue, and we'll see you on the next one.